Cześć i czołem! Welcome on the Uncle Bourbon channel. Today I'm going to give you some suggestions for a Father's Day gift that you can easily purchase at the last minute. Pour yourself something good in a glass and I invite you to this video. Let's be honest, it's going to be really hard to get allocated bottles like this. So I will focus on reasonable budget and bottles that are easy to get and never fail. I will only list bourbons that are fairly available on the market, which you will purchase at almost any liquor store. Please avoid any own brands from stores like Total Wine. Any Chestnut Farms or McFarlane is simply a cash heist, not an alternative. Nevertheless, the retailers in that chain will try to push you into you. So I'm gonna take those bottles down and gonna show you different budgets, and you're gonna decide what you want for your father, but I need to pour something for myself. I'm gonna actually start with this bottle today. And we're gonna start with low budget, up to $30. So definitely the normal bottle, I have a huge size, but the standard size of the Wild Turkey 101 is something like $22, $23, so definitely under $30 budget. And it's a really decent bottle. Then we have Buffalo Trace, the basic one. And you need to remember that in some places it goes quickly. So if you're not gonna find that, don't worry, we have different options. Another kind of bourbon that is easily accessible in some states and really hard to get in other states. I live in Florida and it's really hard to put hands on this bottle, but in Ohio or Texas it's pretty easy to get. Weller Antique 107. It's really delicious basic bottle. And kind of no-brainer, standard Elijah Craig. It's really delicious one, and everyone is gonna be happy with any of those bottles. Those are the cheap ones. They're not great. They just really good. Let's go further. Now we're gonna go with budget up to $60. Here we have a much wider selection. Definitely Russell's Reserves 10 years old. That's a product from Wild Turkey. Another one will be Eagle Rare 10 years old. And another 10 years old in that budget gonna be Henry McKenna 10 years old. All of those bottles are similar priced, about $35 up to $40. That's fair price for all of those bottles. In some places those two are harder to get. In that case you can take just Russell Reserve 10 years old, and trust me, it's delicious bottle in that price range. But we are going up to $60, so let's see what we have more. Another Wild Turkey product, Rare Breed. And another Kentucky Spirit. Those are really nice bottles. Rare breed is stronger one. It's barrel proof. And here we have Kentucky Spirit, which is 1-on-1 proof. But it's a bit older than rare breed right now, so that's why its price is similar. There is kind of hype on the Kentucky Spirit right now. Another nice bottle is Four Roses Small Batch Select. Really nice bottle. And kind of novelty, it just came out last year, James Pepper. Every batch is a bit different barrel proof, so it can vary a bit, but it has beautiful bottle, perfect for a gift, and is really delicious for the price, under $60. Really cool. At last but not least, two bottles from the same brand almost, well, from the same company, Brown-Forman. We have Old Forester 90-20, 90-10, gonna be really nice too. And another Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Really tasty stuff. Simple and easy, available at every store. Do we have anything different? No, we're gonna go to the next budget. So let's take those out. Now we're going up to $100. Those bottles are a bit more expensive, but also they are kinda professional in that mid-high range. We have Corners Creek, and it's about $70. It's harder to get than other bottles from this list I'm gonna show, but it's really worth that money. Then we're gonna go with Knob Creek 12 years old. Really nice stuff from Jim Beam Distillery. I don't like their stuff, but I really enjoyed this one bottle. So going further, Private Selection single barrel of Four Roses. Those are no-brainers. They are always delicious. I never had situation where Private Selection of Four Roses was bad. Kinda opposite what happens with Private Selections with Maker's Mark, where sometimes it's delicious, sometimes it's pretty crappy. In Four Roses situation, every single time it's delicious. It's gonna cost you about $100. Another really good Private Selection is Russell Reserve. In this case, it's not barrel proof but 110 proof, but still really nice juice. And the last bottle, it can start some collecting by your father and going into bourbon culture. Elijah Craig barrel proof. Those bottles are various in prices, from $70 up to $100 in stores. Here I'm showing you C923, which is probably the best bottle of Elijah Craig barrel proof and hardest to get, but it's worth the price. I never had situation that I disliked Elijah Craig barrel proof. It happened for me with Larceny, that's why I'm not gonna suggest that here, but with Elijah Craig they were better, they were worse, but every single one was at least really good. So it's a solid gift. So I think that's the summary for $100, and we can go further, right? Looking at the bottles, yeah, we can. Let's take those out. So now we are going kinda unlimited. Well, maybe not unlimited, but under $300. Mostly under $200 here. I'm gonna show you a few really nice and still accessible bottles. Gonna start with limited edition of Knob Creek 15. That was released in 2021, but still some stores have it, and the price is varies from 100 to 150, mostly 130 to 150, and it's definitely worth that price. More than 150, probably not. In the similar budget, we have Blanton's Gold. I actually brought that bottle with me from Poland. That's why you can see some leftovers from the duty stamps. But the juice here is delicious. Absolutely delicious. This is my no-brainer. This is my everyday sipper in Poland because we have really easy access to that. And here they're becoming more and more accessible in States. That's why I bring them as a gift, because look at this. Those toppers are really nice collectibles. 8 different toppers creating the sign of Blantons. They're showing you the stage of the raider, and the bottle is a nice decanter. So for a gift, kinda perfect gift. Staying still with the same budget, Remus Repeal Reserve. This bottle should cost you like $100 to $130. The different releases are better or worse, but every single one is really good. And here we go with barrel proof of Peerless Double Oak. I had multiple bottles of this stuff, every single time delicious. It's especially good with cigar, so if your father is smoking cigars, really good choice. Maybe it's not so popular. In my opinion, it's very underrated in the community, but it's worth that price. And now we're gonna go a bit higher. Another Blantons, straight from the barrel. Here I have edition from 21. but also with Polish stamps. I brought that a year ago, and now I saw multiple bottles even in Florida. They started coming last year to Florida, year before to other states, and I see more and more of them. I saw them even waiting on shelves in some stores. So the fair budget, in my opinion, is $200–250, because I can get that in Poland for like $180. But I know they are more expensive here in States as exceptional juice. This is fantastic barrel proof bourbon. It's like 10 of 10. It's really mouthful, and it's a spicy one, so it's not gonna be great for beginners, but if someone wants to drink with cigar, delicious. If someone wants to drink with beef, some steak, absolutely delicious. So I advise you to get one of those bottles. Go to the local liquor store. Trust me, if you cannot find Blantons, you're gonna find something exceptional. Well, I can tell that Calumet 16 years old, Calumet 15 years old, they were available on many shelves. I hope that these tips will help you in your shopping, and you're gonna visit your fathers or your in-laws, fathers-in-laws, with a respectable bottle that will meet all of your expectations. So please write me in the comments what you bought for your dad this year. Cheers, and see you around.